You wouldn't want to send Santa Claus out on a cold winter night like this, would you?
We have Santa Claus in our stable.
Here are a few scenes from tonight's episode of Nancy Drew.
What's this? You can't arrest me. I have a very busy time coming up.
Now, he's on the run from something or someone.
I want that old man dead.
He's crazy. He told the press he's Santa Claus.
You can't let Santa Claus spend the night in jail. It's un-American.
Nancy Drew Mysteries. Will the real Santa Claus...
We lost him. Champion's not gonna like this.
Look, that train is a local. It's got to stop at the next station, River Heights. We'll pick him up there.
Give me a hand here a second. George, could you get this ladder? While I put this crowning touch on.
Mr. Drew?
Let's not be here all night.
Please, you can't rush the artiste.
Hey, George, are you sure this Christmas party's going to end up in the park?
Sure it does. Here.
George!
Oh, I never had a girl fall that hard for me. Not at first sight, anyway.
Nancy, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be fine.
Ned, good to see you.
Good to see you, Mr. Drew.
Glad you weren't late. Girls, this is Ned Nickerson. He's from the Boston DA's office, and he's here to work on the Buchanan case with me. Ned, this is George.
Hi.
George.
I guess you've already met my daughter, Nancy.
Oh, hello.
It was entirely my pleasure. That's a beautiful tree, but you were hanging the ornament all wrong. Let me show you. There. That's how it should be done.
Thank you.
Isn't Christmas wonderful?
Oh, yes.
Carson, where are you all? Come on, the party's flagging, especially without your beautiful daughter here to liven things up.
We're just getting ready to leave. Listen, Pete, would you mind if I brought an extra guest? There's a young fella from the Boston DA's office I'd like you to meet.
Sure, the more people here, the more Christmassy I'm going to feel, huh?
All right, so we lost him.
Well, we know he got off the train. So where is he? He just couldn't have disappeared into thin air.
He's around here somewhere. He'll make a move. And when he does, we'll be waiting. Don't worry. He'll never see Christmas.
Deja vu. Christmas Santas. I love them.
You know, Nance, I've really been looking forward to the Haviland's party this year.
Me too.
Hello. What's your name?
I'm Charles, and this is my sister Grace. Who are you, and what are you doing in our stables?
Resting. Just resting. I got a big day ahead of me tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Christmas Eve, you know.
Oh, I know.
Our father does not allow strangers in our stables. I'm going to have to tell him about this.
No, wait just a minute. I'll move on in the morning, I promise. Look, you wouldn't want to send Santa Claus out on a cold winter night like this, would you?
Pete.
What's happened? He got it. Got everything. Every piece of silver. $10,000 worth of antiques is my coin collection. The pieces of ivory, everything.
Who did? Thank you so much for the generosity of your Christmas spirit. See you next year, Santa Claus. Not again.
What, this happened before?
4 times this week. Somebody's left one of these cheery little Christmas cards at each of the houses.
Well, you shouldn't have handed that note to Miss Drew, and she shouldn't have taken it.
Is that right?
Between you, you may have destroyed the only piece of evidence the thief left behind. Did you dust it for fingerprints, saturation of sweat?
Allow me to introduce Ned Nickerson. He's with the Boston DA's office.
Thief came in the window.
Well, you're an expert, too, huh?
Oh, you can still see his footprints. They're not quite dry. He must have been wearing rubber-soled shoes.
How do you arrive at that conclusion?
There are slivers of glass embedded in the carpet. They're too sharp to have probably been there for very long. And the thief probably walked through some broken glass, and it got embedded in the soles of his shoes.
Go and get somebody and dust the window for fingerprints.
Nance, what are you doing?
Oh, I was just looking for some clues. I found this on the bush over there.
Doesn't prove anything, Nancy. It could have been there for days or weeks. Red. Hardly the color a professional second-story thief is going to wear when he robs a house.
Well, anyway, the party's over. Mrs. Haviland's pretty upset, so I think we better go.
Okay. I guess there's nothing more we can do here tonight.
Stir up that fire.
Good. Is there a description on this whimsical Christmas thief?
Not a word.
He seems to come and go like a shadow.
Shadows have IDs, MOs, and records. This is a professional second-story job. I'll have the office run a check on second-story men. See who's around, who's just got out of prison. Who may have connections here at River Heights or towns around here. I doubt very much it's someone living here, though.
Why?
Well, it's,
You think this town is too small to have thieves of its own? Some of the biggest thieves in the country are in this town. I know. I've caught some of them. You know, Dad, I really should have stayed to talk to Alice Haviland. I think I'll just go back there and see if she's okay. Nice to meet you, Mr. Nickerson.
Ned!
Ned. You know, our Christmas thief probably won't stand a chance now that the DA's department is here. It's a comforting thought.
I think she likes you.
Are supposed to be away. Captain Rogers. It's Nancy Drew. Well, tell him there's been a break-in at the Garland house, and I think the thief is still on the premises. And hurry. in the Garland house. I was
You
in there
stay here.
too.
Let's go. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I found our Christmas thief, but I couldn't keep hold of him.
What do you look like?
He was dressed up like Santa Claus. He had on a red suit, a long beard, black boots, and a ghoulish mask. And he was getting away with a red sack full of stuff.
It's a pretty audacious thief. It's the first house at 10 o'clock, second house 11:30. Well, I've got 6 cars blocking off the roads. I'm going to put 24 men in the immediate area. Don't worry, we're going to get him.
Nancy, why don't you come inside? I'll get you some tea.
Thank you.
Nancy, I'm just going to take a look around the house and make sure he didn't try to hide in here.
Hello there. Isn't it a little late for you two to be up?
Mom lets us stay up later at Christmas time.
Oh, I see. Well, what have you got there?
Nothing.
Could I see it, please? That's a lot of bread and cheese and cookies. Are you two gonna eat all that?
You mustn't let anyone else know. It's a secret, a big secret.
Well, I'm pretty good at keeping secrets. Could you tell me, please?
Well, we can't let anyone else know, but we have Santa Claus in our stable. There he is. Here's Santa. Here's Santa. Santa. Here's Santa. And I brought you a jar of cookies.
You've been very kind. Thank you very much.
We really have to be going now, but it sure has been swell getting a chance to meet you in person. Don't forget us. I'm Grace, and he's Charles.
I won't forget you. And we'll see one another tomorrow evening, Christmas Eve.
Okay. Good night, Santa. Good night.
Good
And
night.
don't forget.
I won't.
That's a pretty dirty trick, don't you think?
Hmm?
Telling those kids you're Santa Claus so that you can get some food out of them.
Not if it's the truth.
What'd you do with the red suit?
I don't wear that any longer. That's sort of old-fashioned in this day and age, don't you think?
What about the mask?
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
You didn't manage to catch me the first time. Now you've got another chance.
I'm sorry. I don't think we've ever met before. Miss
Nancy Drew. What's your name?
Griffin.
Is that your first or your last name?
Griffin will do.
You don't know anything about those 2 houses being ripped off in the last 2 hours.
No.
Guy was dressed up like Santa Claus.
Now, I call that most defamatory. Oh, yes. Yes. I did see somebody dressed as a rather old-fashioned Santa Claus climbing down from a window. I assumed it was the father of the house having fun with his children.
You did? Would you recognize him if you saw him again?
He did seem familiar. He had a mask, as you said.
He did.
Santa Claus doesn't take, he gives. It's not in his nature to steal from anyone. I had nothing to do with those robberies. I shall more than repay the Havilands for their food and the kindness of their children. I can promise you that.
I believe you. Where did you come from?
I would like the answer to that question.
This is Captain Rogers from the River Heights Police Department. Captain, this is not the man who attacked me earlier. I'm sure of it.
Oh, who are you and what are you doing here?
Taking shelter for the night. Passing the time.
A transient?
The covering over my head is home. I visit many homes.
With or without the consent of the occupants?
Captain.
What is your name, sir?
Griffin.
Mr. Griffin, you are under arrest. Take it.
Captain!
You don't understand. You just can't put me in jail tomorrow night. It's my busiest night.
Yeah, sure, Santa.
You can't do this to me. It's a travesty.
There he is over there.
They're arresting him.
That's strange. What was that car doing there?
Hello? Hello?
Dad, are you awake?
I am now. That telephone woke me up.
Good. Because there's something I've got to talk to you about.
Haven't you gotten to bed yet?
No. I couldn't sleep thinking about Griffin being locked up all night. We've got to do something about him.
That's a funny thing. I think I was dreaming about him just now. Your description of him was so vivid, I could almost see him.
He's not the thief. I know that just from talking to him. There's something really special about him. He was so gentle. I can't explain it. Dad, you've got to defend him.
Nancy,
Yes, let's go down to the jail right now and bail him out. You can't let Santa Claus spend the night in jail. It's un-American.
Nancy, it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's right. Time's a-wasting. Who was on the phone just now?
No one. Just woke me up.
Bail has been posted, huh? Mr. Carson Drew? All right. I'll release the old man in his custody as soon as he gets down here.
Mr. Griffin. Hi.
Good day. I've been expecting you.
You have?
This is my father, Carson Drew. He's an attorney. I think you need a good one. He's the best.
My daughter is given to some exaggeration when she's biased, but I would be interested in defending you.
Please sit.
Thank you. Mr. Griffin, there are certain questions I have to ask you, and I would urge you to answer them truthfully, whether they're incriminating or not. Please don't take the fifth with your lawyer.
I understand.
Good. Did you have anything to do with any of the robberies last night or the previous nights?
No, I only arrived in your town last night.
Oh. Where'd you arrive from?
The train brought me.
Yes, but from where?
Further away.
Well, where is it that you live?
Up north.
The The police report indicated that you had no ID on you. No driver's license, no credit cards.
Well, I don't find any use for any of those things.
Yes, but the fact that you don't have any identification doesn't help you, Mr. Griffin.
Why?
Well...
You mean if I don't have any of those things, I don't exist?
It means the police consider you a transient, someone without a home or a visible means of support.
Oh, I'm financially comfortable. I work once a year, and the rest of the time I supervise work and travel.
And you had no idea that sack of stolen merchandise was hidden in the stables with you?
None at all. I haven't seen a sack like that in years. Very old-fashioned. Don't you think?
Well, I paid your bail, Mr. Griffin, and there'll be a preliminary hearing in a couple of days, and at that hearing, the judge will set the time of the trial. In the meanwhile, you're welcome to stay with us until you find other accommodation.
Oh, thank you very much. I won't stay for long.
Jumping bail is a very serious offense.
Oh, that won't be necessary. I have faith in you.
Good.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And a very Merry Christmas to you.
Dad, did you hear him in there? It sounded like he was...
Don't say it, Nancy. Don't even think it. He's just an old man. A hobo, I'd say it. And he's probably a little crazy.
He's pretty articulate for a crazy person.
My car is just down the block.
Thank you, but I don't feel I could put you to that much trouble.
Oh, it's no trouble at all, is it, Dad?
No, we've got the room, and after the stable, I imagine you'd... Mr. Griffin? Mr. Griffin? I had no idea he'd given all this to the press last night. I mean, he actually told them that he's Santa Claus. And then the only reason he held back the information was because he didn't want to start a, how did he put it? An understandable fuss.
Obviously a flake. Now, I had the guy run through R&I. They came up empty, but I got a line on the second story man. Disappeared a couple of years back. Goes by the name of Griffey. That sound familiar to anyone?
That proves nothing.
Now, he's on the run from something or someone.
Well, that's the first time I'm going to agree with you. Did you see his face last night, Dad, before he disappeared? He looked frightened. I don't know what he saw out there in the darkness.
He's really got to you, hasn't he? Now, the facts are...
The facts are not yet established. Detectives also use instincts and feelings.
And hunches?
Hunches, that's right. I know Griffin's innocent, and I'm going to prove it. Even if I have to prove he really is Santa Claus.
You still think she's taken with me?
Tag this and hand me number 4. Thank you. It's so old. The green color to it. I'm gonna have to do another test on that.
Uh-oh.
What?
As soon as you start to pace, I know you're thinking. And when that happens, you usually get us both in trouble.
There's gotta be a common denominator to these robberies. Something I'm overlooking.
The thief takes silver and household items.
Yes, because they're easy to fence. He also takes jewelry and money.
All well-to-do houses.
Get me a list of all the people who've worked in the homes of the people who were robbed. Even if they just worked on a part-time basis.
Coming up.
We almost got him down by the railway yard, Mr. Champion. Almost. Isn't good enough, Mr. Lockhart, is it? I want that old man dead.
Well, he's been arrested for theft. He's out on bail, but nobody knows where he is.
Find him.
He's crazy. He told the press he's Santa Claus. He probably didn't even know what he saw.
He was there that night. He witnessed the exchange. I don't know where he came from, but he was there. Lockhart, I don't want to witness the $5 million in drugs that changed hands. Now, you get rid of him today. Don't spoil my Christmas, huh?
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you, too.
What's going on here? What's the matter with you? Calm down, children. Santa will be with you. Get your hands. He smashed us something. What are we going to do about this?
That's not the real Santa Claus. There's the real Santa Claus. Hi, Santa.
Well, what are you two doing here?
We'd much rather talk to the real person.
Well, you wouldn't want somebody else to lose his job because of me, would you? Huh?
Santa.
Why do you call me Santa? Now, why do you call me Santa?
Griffin. That's who that is. He's the guy they arrested last night as the Christmas thief. Carson Drew is defending him. He told the police and the press that he was the real Santa Claus. Oh, maybe he is.
You're the real one.
I look like him like this. Do it. How do you know what he looks like?
I have an idea that will make everyone come to our Christmas party. Take care of him, will you? Let me speak to Mr. Griffin for a moment. Mr. Griffin, I'm John Markham, store manager.
Oh, yes. Yes.
We know who you are, and we know who you say you are. Carson Drew has faith in you, then so do we. Innocent till proven guilty, eh? Mr. Griffin, we're conducting a Christmas Eve party tonight, and we've been looking for our guest of honor.
Oh, well,
I think we found our man. Who better than the real Santa Claus?
Look, I'd be happy to start off your party, but I won't be able to wait until the end.
What are you going to bring us for Christmas?
Peter Cortez. Peter Cortez.
He's the gardener for the Havilands, the Garlands, and the Bradshaws.
There was dirt and grass stains on that red cloth. If I could get a clear print of his to match the print I got from the doorknob.
Nancy, don't you think you should tell the police?
Not until I've got proof. I don't want Ned to think I'm an amateur.
Where are you going?
Back to the scene of the crime. You should have read this morning's newspaper, Mr. Cortez. You'd have read that they arrested someone else as the Christmas thief. And they found your bag of silver.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I think you do.
A stable can be a dangerous place. A horse can kick you right in the head. You know what I mean?
So far, the police can only book you on robbery because you haven't hurt anybody yet. You don't think I'd be so stupid as to come here without calling the police first? They'll be here any second. They're on their way.
I really should have taken care of you last night.
All right, get him out of here.
I have a fingerprint I lifted from a doorknob at the Garlands. I'm sure it's going to match Mr. Cortez's.
But we'll get our forensic boys right over to your house. Can I take you home, Nancy?
That's all right. I'll take her.
How did you become cavalry?
Your girlfriend told me what you were doing. I didn't like the sound of it. Thought I'd check it out. I didn't want to look like an amateur. What was that for?
It was for saving my life.
I'm gonna have to do that more often.
You know something? You're really not so bad after all.
I gotta hand it to you. You said you'd prove Griffin was innocent, even if you didn't prove he was Santa Claus.
And I think it's to Mr. Griffin's credit, after all he's been through, that he has consented to be our guest of honor at our Christmas Eve party tonight.
It's a joy. It's a joy.
How did it feel to be representing Santa Claus, Mr. Drew, even if it was for just a few hours?
It felt, Christmassy.
That's the same car that was outside the stable when they got Griffin.
That old guy surrounds himself with more people than the president. How do we get to him?
We wait until tonight, when Santa's a nice fat target.
What about that lawyer? I hear his daughter's a detective. She's the one that caught the Christmas thief. They've been the closest to the old guy. Suppose he told them what he saw.
Well, we won't take any more chances. We'll get all three of them.
I got you some nice surprises this year, Nat. But you've never told me what you really want for Christmas.
When I was little and we were in Amsterdam, I saw a little China Dresden doll in a shop window. It was a little Dutch girl with clogs. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I always wanted that doll. I've never seen anything like it again. Not here, anyway.
Gee, you should have told me about it.
Excuse me, I don't want to interrupt.
Oh, Mr. Griffin, you're not interrupting anything. Come on in.
I know the party's about to start. I didn't want to leave it too late. I just wanted to thank both of you. And particularly you, Nancy, for your faith in an old man.
There's nothing old about you. You're the most youthful person I've ever met.
Ah, well, my best thanks. I'll see you at the party.
Mr. Griffin, you're running away from someone, aren't you? Who are they? Who are those men who've been watching you from the car?
Don't you worry your head about it.
But I am worried, and so are you. If you'd just tell us about it, maybe we could help you.
See you at the party.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Come we now our gay carols, fa la 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 la. Throw the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la. See the blazing ruby chorus, fa la 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 la. Strike the harp and join the chorus, fa la 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 la.
down, dummy. Somebody's gonna see you.
I'm freezing. It's below zero up here.
It won't be all that long.
How soon does this party start?
Right about now.
Well, where is he? Where's Mr. Griffin? We must start on time. All the children are waiting.
Oh, he'll be here.
Well, he'd better. A Christmas party is not a Christmas party if your Santa Claus butts out on you.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, thank goodness. Ah, what a fit. Mr. Griffin, I knew our store could accommodate you.
Store? What do you mean, the store? Oh, the store. I see what you mean. Now, isn't time getting on? Shouldn't we go?
Yes, we should. Watch your step.
That number checked out to a man named Lockhart. Works for a syndicate chief out in New York called Harry Champion.
Why would he be after Griffin?
You know, we're gonna have to ask him after the parade. I told Rogers to put extra police all along the route just in case.
Come. We're holding up the party. Come on. Let the festivities begin.
Making spirits bright, the fun it is to ride and sing.
Stop! I'm going to go up and see if the children have gathered to see Santa Claus.
I've got men posted all along the route. I've got an APB on the car. What I want to know is what two men like that are doing in my town.
They're after Griffin. I know it.
Say, where is he? He's gone.
What are we gonna do?
Oh, we just have to go on.
They're getting out of the car right now. But I don't see the old man. Someone must be blocking him. I'll just get Drew and that girl first.
Everyone, stay down. Get out of the building. Surround the building. Get down. Stay down. Now move that way. Go ahead.
What happened up here?
Must have been one of my men. I wonder why he didn't wait. Yeah.
Dad, look at this.
What is it, Nance?
There are fresh slate tracks in the snow. They must have just been made. Look at them.
And Griffin disappeared from our car before we reached the park.
You don't really think it.
Sure. Why not?
Oh, Nancy! Thank you. It's beautiful.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You too.
Nancy. Just what I really needed, number 29. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, dear. That's beautiful.
Mind if I join you Christmas? My folks are a long way away.
Of course not. Besides, you're family now. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Hi. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Ned. Nice to see you.
They booked Lockhart and Stewart for attempted murder. The NYPD also want to see him. This could be the break that could lead us to Harry Champion.
That's good news.
Yeah.
I've never seen that present before. Where'd this come from?
Read the card.
There isn't a card. Maybe there's one on the inside.
Any news of Griffin?
No, Roger still has an APB out on him, though.
For believing. Merry Christmas, Griffin. I don't believe it. I don't think they're gonna find him. Thank you, Mr. Griffin.
We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Tonight on the Hardy Boys, Mystery on the Avalanche Express.
Figyelem! Gyors vonat indul Londonban, megáll Győrben, Prágában, Frankfurtban, Honol és Brüsszelben. Tessenek beszállni. Figyelem, az utolsó felhívás a Szlovák Expressre. 7. vágányon fog indulni. Vonat megáll Krakow, Varsó, Riga, Leningrád, Moszkva, és tessenek beszállni.
ask you a question?
Sure.
We're both on vacation, right?
Yeah?
And we're both here to see Paul in the ski tournament, right?
Yeah.
Well, is there any special reason that I'm carrying all the luggage, besides the fact that I'm younger, smaller, and more easily intimidated?
Not that I can think of.
That's what I thought.
I'm sorry.
Figyelem. Vonat érkezik Bécsből a 10. vágányra.
Excuse me, would you happen to have change for the phone?
I'm not sure, just a
Please, please, it's a matter of life and death.
I'm not sure which one of these is for the phone. I've only been in Budapest a few hours.
Thank you.
That's okay. Hello?
How does he do it?
I'm so sorry I'm late. It was all those last-minute arrangements I had to make. You're looking wonderful. So are you. It's so good to see both of you again. It's been so long.
As pleasant a mistake as this is, I'm afraid you've got the wrong...
Time. Yes, I know. That's another reason why I'm late. I didn't think the train left until 11. Have you missed me?
Oh, sure. We've missed you. It's got to be at least 5 minutes since we bumped into you.
Right.
Let's go.
I didn't think I was going to make it either. Please, just keep walking. Just get me to that train.
Hey, what's going on? What are you afraid of? Those two men behind us?
Luggage. Sure, I'll check on it.
I'm terribly sorry. My brother's just accident prone. He's always has. Can't take it.
You almost stuck those sticks right through me.
I'm sorry. Frank, you must be more careful.
Yes, I'm sure she's got it with her. She might have worked a switch with an accomplice, but... Well, I don't know who she is, but I'll find out. Hey, don't worry. We'll have it before the train reaches Austria.
Well, I don't see her anywhere. Hopefully they don't either.
She looked pretty frightened. Maybe we're just overreacting, huh?
Yeah, right.
It's an occupational hazard.
Right.
I bet one of those guys was like an old boyfriend she jilted, and the other guy was somebody he brought along for emotional support. I bet we're in the middle of some huge, like, love scene here or something.
Right.
Right.
Well, there's nothing more we can do. We might as well go on down and try and get on the train before we miss it.
Yeah.
Here.
Wait a second.
It's okay, I'll carry the tickets.
You two like living on a knife's edge, don't you? Everything's a big mystery with you. Will they or won't they get to the train on time?
Would you believe us if we told you we were delayed by a beautiful damsel in distress?
No.
What, don't I tell the truth convincingly or something?
You're better with a lie.
I should stick to those. They're easier to sell.
Now if we could only find George.
Nancy! I'm sorry I'm late. I had to stop and get that cuckoo clock that we saw. And you would not believe the traffic out there. Where are all these people going in Budapest? Hi there.
Hi.
Let's get on that train.
Yeah. Oh, come on. You've been such a sweetheart.
Porter.
Oh, I'd never step in front of a beautiful woman. If I did, I wouldn't get to see her face.
Thank you.
Hey, it's really good to see you guys. Really good. I didn't think you were going to make it.
Well, it's exciting to be here. I mean, here we are with 15 of the world's greatest skiers. Where's the star performer?
Do I know how to make an entrance?
Hi, Frank. How you doing, Joe?
Paul? You certainly get chummy on this train, don't you?
What happened to you? You were supposed to board the train with all the others.
Well, I've never been to Budapest. I had some sights to see.
You both were supposed to report to me at the hotel. I have a responsibility to keep this team together. And you know you shouldn't be wandering around.
I wasn't going anywhere. Hey, guys, this is Hans Moffin, a great skier. It's Frank and
Frank,
Joe.
hello. Joe.
How do you do?
A little friendly advice. You stick with Leighton, and one day you're going to wake up either drunk, arrested, or dead.
Well, I got a reputation that just doesn't quit. I mean, it follows me everywhere.
Trouble follows you wherever you go.
Well, I think you're pretty safe until we get to Altair. Nothing much is going to happen on a moving train.
Do we eat now, or do I have to pretend that it wasn't an hour since that snap?
This isn't mine.
What?
This isn't my bag.
Of course it is. Transglobal. They fly to 180 cities around the world. I'd recognize it anywhere.
I know it's a Transglobal bag. It's not my Transglobal bag.
You mean you picked up somebody else's bag?
I must have, or
what?
I don't know. This is the girl who wanted change for the phone. She had a Transglobal bag, too. I'd set mine down, and so did she. She must have picked up mine by mistake.
What was in the bag?
Our passports, all of our traveler's checks, our train tickets.
Oh, Nancy. Maybe she got on the train.
If she didn't, we're in a lot of trouble. I'll go try to find her.
To my sister, Gina. Be good, your brother, Dominic.
So we meet again. For the second time, I feel compelled to introduce myself. My name is Alan Somerville.
Nancy Drew. I'm looking for someone. A dark-haired American girl, early 30s, attractive. She'd be carrying a Transglobal bag. I don't know if she boarded the train, but
I haven't seen anyone like that.
it's very important that I find her. If you should happen to see her, I'm in the next car, 2 carriages down.
I'll remember that.
Thank you.
Is there anything I can say to persuade you to have lunch with me?
I'm sure you'll be able to think of something.
Step out on that platform and nobody'd even know you're gone.
What do you want?
You know what we want. Now, why don't you just hand it over and then everybody will be happy,
I don't know what you're talking about.
And I suppose you're not acquainted with Gina Bartelli either.
Gina.
That's right. Gina. Now I want you to give me what I want. Because taking it is going to be so much harder on you. Now come on, hand it over. Right now.
You're mistaking me for someone else.
No mistake, lady. Running out of time, lady, and I'm running out of patience. I'm going to ask you just one more time. Give us what we want. Now.
I'm telling you, I don't know what you're talking about.
Look, this is going to be a long, long trip. You're not going anywhere, neither are we. Now, you are going to give me what I want one way or the other.
We seem to keep running into each other.
I'd break that habit.
Are you all right?
Yeah,
What did they want?
let's find out.
But what are you doing?
Hey, Joe, there you are.
Somebody just run through here?
What?
Did someone just pass you in the corridor?
Nobody passed me.
I must have gone the other way.
Was there somebody in your room?
Someone was searching it.
Well, is there anything missing?
I don't know. He was going through my suitcase. Everything seems to be here. I don't understand. That's strange. I had a picture of myself with my brother and my father. It's gone.
Why would anyone want to steal anything like that?
I don't know. It's funny that you didn't see whoever it was if you were out in that corridor.
He must have been moving awful fast. Probably heard me coming.
Are you coming to see me?
Yeah, the boys wanted to know if you and Frank were going to stay on after the tournament. You know, do a little skiing.
Probably.
Well, I better go get lunch organized. Oh, listen, I hope you don't find anything else missing. See you later.
This is it?
That's everything, including my purse.
You haven't taken anything out of the bag?
Not a thing.
Well, it hardly looks as if there's anything here worth threatening someone's life for. A notebook, compact case, pen and pencil set, passport. Gina Bartelli, Fresno, California. Traveler's checks. $500–600. It's not bad, but it's hardly a fortune.
We know you've got it and we want it. That's what he said. There's got to be something here that's not as innocent as it appears. That's it. The powder. The powder. Coke, angel dust, heroin.
You're right.
I am?
Powder.
Nothing here. Nothing in the notepad.
Maybe the letters.
What did they say? We shouldn't be reading other people's letters.
Look, Nancy just had her life threatened. If it's because of one of these letters, I'd like to know what it says.
What does it say?
It's from her brother Dominic, asking her to come to Budapest. Apparently he has a place in the mountains, a chateau, and he wants her to visit her. Yeah, let me see that. She's arriving on the 8th. Wait a minute, listen to this. There isn't much time. They're closing in on me. I'll explain everything later to you when you get here.
So it was her brother they were after. Whoever they are. He must have had whatever it is they want.
And he passed it over to his sister.
But the answer's gotta be here, right here. We're probably looking right at it. If there's something valuable here, I don't know what it is.
There's nothing hidden in these letters.
Let's get this stuff back in here. Well, I think it's time we return Gina Bartelli's bag to her. Maybe she can tell us what it is they're after.
I'd started to search the train for her before I was so rudely interrupted.
Well, you stay put. I'll see if I can find Gina Bartelli. I don't want you running into your two friends again.
I can take care of myself. I seem to remember that night we met in Frankfurt. You landed flat on your back.
I've been trying to forget that. Look, please, do as I say and stay put. Joe and I can take care of this.
Ugh. Frank Hardy is the most exasperating, annoying, frustrating... Cute. No. Well, maybe a little. I'll be right back.
Where are you going?
Two people searching a train is faster than one.
But Frank...
Frank said to stay here. And I'm going to stay here. After I found the girl.
Well, can't argue with that logic.
Can a girl take you up on that lunch date?
Well, not just any girl, but you can.
Come back to get whatever it was you missed the first time?
I only took a photograph.
Yeah, I know. You, in the habit of collecting other people's memories?
I wanted to be sure that Fenton Hardy was the right man. I cannot afford to make a mistake.
Then you don't know my father.
I know of your father and his reputation with Interpol. I know he is a very kind man who would help me. But first, I need your help.
To do what?
I want to defect to the West. This is where we are going. Altair in Austria. This is the route of the downhill event. You will see that it passes through the tip of this gray shaded area. That, my friend, is Switzerland.
Switzerland is a neutral country. You can seek asylum there.
That's right. Austria is not an Iron Curtain country, but they do not take kindly to defectors thrusting them into the political arena. It has to be Switzerland. There's an old deserted cabin in the mountains, right in here. That was once a ski lodge. If I could make it to there, and transportation was waiting, it could take me into Zurich where the authorities would be ready to receive me.
If my father could make the arrangements.
Exactly. Will you and your father help me?
Look, I don't mean to put too fine a point on this, but what'll they do to us? I mean, what'll the authorities do if we're caught?
They might shoot you.
Yeah, I had a feeling you were gonna say that.
I know what I am asking. There's no reason why you should risk your life or the life of your brother for a stranger. But you possess something I do not. The thought of it fills my every waking hour. You cannot know what it means unless you have stood and watched the tanks rolling down your street like so many faceless monsters.
Freedom.
That is what I ask.
Who else knows about this?
No one. I cannot stay long. The secret police, they watch me at all times. Only on the ski slopes am I free.
We could phone my father from the ski lodge in Altair. Now, I don't know if he's gonna have time to make all the arrangements, but I suppose it's possible.
Then you will do it?
I'll talk to my brother.
I'm very grateful.
Just be grateful when you get to Switzerland.
Yeah.
So you're a detective.
Part-time investigator. What do you do, Mr. Somerville?
It's Alan.
What do you do, Alan?
I'm a sports writer. I cover all the major events, and Altair is one of the most important.
That's why you're here?
Why else would I be here?
Why, indeed.
Did you ever find that girl you were looking for?
Not yet, but I will. I've got to. You see, there was a mix-up. She picked up my bag, and I picked up hers. She's got my passport and all my traveler's checks. But I need to trust someone. And somehow I feel I can trust you.
Trust me with what?
I came across something in Gina's bag. That's her name, Gina Bartelli. Something very valuable. I don't know what to do with it.
What is it?
I'd have to show you.
Hey, Frank.
Your brother's looking for you. My brother?
Yeah, you know, that blonde kid sings a little bit.
Oh, him. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Excuse me. I'm sorry to interrupt, but Nancy, I need to talk to you. It's important.
Can I see you later?
I'll find you.
Thanks.
Who is he?
That's what I was trying to find out. Our paths have been crossing, deliberately, I'd say. He says his name's Alan Somerville and that he's a sports writer.
Somerville, I never heard of him.
I saw him talking to the two men who threatened me, like he was giving them orders.
I thought I told you to stay put.
And I told you I can take care of myself.
Yes, I remember that. You're after you. Just what'd you hope to gain by having lunch with him?
His trust. I told him about the mix-up in bags and that I'd come across something very valuable. I wanted him to look at it for me.
What were you going to show him?
I figure he's got to know what it is. He'll show me. Now, what's so important?
I found the girl.
I don't know. I don't know what it's all about. I swear to you, I don't know what it is they want.
Tell us what you do know.
Well, my brother Dominic and I were never really close. He was much older. I hadn't seen him in years. The last time was just before he went to Vietnam. After the war, he disappeared. No one in the family knew what had happened to him. I thought he was dead. Then about 6 weeks ago, I started receiving letters from here.
These letters?
Yes. It was quite a shock to hear from him. He sounded frightened. He insisted that I come to Budapest.
What happened when you did?
He died the day before I arrived. Pneumonia. It's ironic. Ever since we were children, he had wanted to live in the mountains. He liked the cold.
What'd you do then?
I collected his things. They're all here. Everything.
But he had a chateau. There must have been furniture, other possessions.
Oh, the chateau was all boarded up. He'd liquidated everything. All the authorities could give me were the things that he took with him to the hospital.
Who are the men who were after your brother?
I don't know. They told me that they were old friends from the war. That Dominic had something that belonged to them. Something worth $250,000.
$250,000?
That I had it now. It had been in cash. They said that he converted it into something small enough to carry. Something here.
But what?
Not the letters, but the stamps. One of those stamps, maybe.
No, I went through the stamps. They're all canceled.
A microdot. It's just a thought.
Well, it's not here. We've been through everything.
I'm sorry I got you involved in this. I just didn't want them to find me with the bag. I meant to switch them back as soon as I found you on the train.
Well, we're all involved in it now.
When we get to Altair, we'll inform the authorities as to what's happening. For all we know, the $250,000 may still be in the chateau.
This purse is mine.
I think in the meantime, we should all stick together for the rest of the journey.
Oh, no. I've caused you too much trouble already. I'll be all right.
I just talked to Somerville. That Drew girl has it. She knows what it is.
So what do we do now?
We gotta get it. First, we gotta lose a witness. Right off this train.
I want to talk to you. You're the...
No place to run here. It's the end of the line.
Frank. I gotta find Joe.
Keep your seats. Do not panic. Do not panic. Calm. Take it easy. You'll be fine. Take it easy. I'll go down first. I'll guide you down, okay? Come on, it's okay. Come on, take it easy.
happened to you?
He saved my life.
Nearly buried the train is what I did. You started the avalanche. No, not exactly. I think we ought to get together and start comparing notes on what's going on this train. I've got a lot to tell you. I've got a lot to tell you, too. Well, the police searched the train station. There was no sign of either of them. They're going to give Gina full protection and escort to Vienna where she can fly home. I guess that's it. We may never know what it was they were after.
I wouldn't be so sure. I guess I could have been wrong about him, but I don't think so.
Right. Okay. You know how train trips are. I will. Bye, Dad. Okay. You're all set. There'll be a car waiting at the cabin to take you to the Pelikanstrasse in Zurich. You're to meet a man by the name of Wilhelm Hovard. Talk to him, nobody else. Here's your timetable. And you have to stick to this, because they won't wait 1 second past the time. And once you've started, you keep going. You keep going, you don't stop for anything.
I understand.
Okay, it's up to you.
What makes me think it's not all over?
What could they possibly want? You gave Gina back the bag with everything in it.
Unless they still think you have whatever it is. Is there anything of Gina's, anything from that bag you still have?
No, nothing. Nothing at all. Wait a minute. Gina asked me for change in the train station. For the phone. I handed it to her, and she gave me some coins in return.
Where are they?
In my purse.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
Do you think that could really be worth $250,000?
A nickel?
If it's the one I think it is. We'll find out after the competition. I'll call the police and get someone to come up here.
You sure there's no mistake, huh? That's fine, mighty fine. Sure does help to know what you're looking for. Right. Right. Well, we'll get it. It's a coin.
What?
A nickel worth conservatively $250,000. Come on.
And now, continuing with our coverage of the downhill event here at the Altair Ski Championships. All of the participants have taken their first run, and it looks like the real competition in this event is between Hans Machten of Hungary and Paul Layton of the United States. Machten had the best time on the first run, a dazzling 1:27.17. That puts him well out ahead of the field, with the exception of Layton, who at 1:28.23 is the only skier who has a chance of catching Machten in this event.
Nine the gate, number 12. Nine the gate, number 2. Layton of the United States. Number 2, Layton. Number 3, Manton
Good luck.
of Hungary.
Thank you.
Number 3, Manton.
Let's get down to the bottom. That's Nancy. Let's help her. Come on, George. It's over, Yates.
Nice work.
Thank you. Who are you?
Where's Nancy?
And once you started, you keep going. You keep going, you don't stop for anything.
man just tried to kill a friend of mine.
Wait.
What happened to the other guy?
He's not a very good skier. He kept falling. You all right?
I owe you my life. I've also ruined your chances in the tournament.
There's still a chance.
Oh, it's too late. They will not wait at the cabin. The timing was the split second. There will be another time.
Now that you can do it, well, let's make a chain now. Come on, baby, do the locomotion. Chugga motion like a railroad train now. Come on, baby, do the locomotion. Do it nice and easy now, don't lose control. A little bit of rhythm and a lot of soul. So come on, do the locomotion with me. Come on, baby, do the locomotion. So come on, do the locomotion with me.
How does it feel to be the champion?
Well, to tell you the truth, it feels natural, completely natural.
Never change, do you, Paul?
I hope not.
Well, thank you. You know, I can't get over what was happening on this train, right under my nose. How does it feel to be carrying around a nickel worth $250,000?
It would have felt scary if I'd known. But none of us knew, did we?
None of us.
How do you fit into all this?
Well, I worked for the government. I was after Bartelli. Bartelli was a mercenary, a freeloader. He made his fortune off of war, anybody's war. In Nam, he, Cantor, Yates, and some guy by the name of Alexis amassed over $300,000.
But Bertelli made off with all the money.
Right. He found out that we were on to him. So he converted the cash that he had left over into one small coin, a 1913 nickel. They minted only 5 of them.
I saw you talking to Cantor and Yates.
Well, they didn't know I was a government agent. They thought I was a freelance bounty hunter after the money. See, we were all in the dark as to how Bartelli converted the cash. Then, at the last moment, Cantor found out from his contact in Budapest. You were the only one that was on to me.
Don't let it bother you. I'm a part-time investigator, remember?
Has anyone here seen Hans Machten?
Is he missing?
I was sure he boarded the train, but I can't seem to find him anywhere. He's my responsibility, you know.
Well, he probably, missed the train.